Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to take a quick look at 4 earnings that I'm keeping my eyes on this week. As we can see, right, this is going to be a big earnings season between October 25th to October 29th. A lot of big companies. And if this is your first time here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and check out the pinned comment where I have 10 free stock ideas for you right now. So the 4 companies I'm excited about are going to be Alphabet, Microsoft, AMD, and Spotify, and most of them are actually going to report on Tuesday. The other one, Spotify, is actually reporting on Wednesday. So I'm going to explain what investors should keep their eyes on and what I am keeping my eyes on right now. But first, let's just take a quick look at price action right now. So we can see most of these are actually sitting next to their all-time highs. AMD right now is actually at its all-time highs. Microsoft right now is only down about 0.51% from its all-time high. Alphabet is only down about 4.95. The one who has seen the biggest drop from their off highs has been Spotify. That one's down over 30% from its all-time high. So we can see most of these stocks are pretty excited right now. Their investors believe they're going to do amazing in the earnings and the upcoming guidance as well. And that's why I believe stock prices hasn't really done many negative bearish sense in my opinion. Spotify is the only one investors are a little bit, in my opinion, worried about. So let's start off with Google. Google right now is sitting at $2.71 and this is ticker GOOGL. Right now it was down about 3% on the day yesterday, on Friday. And it makes perfect sense, right? We had Snapchat report earnings, one of the first, I want to say, advertisement social platform to happen, to release. And they saw more impact due to the iOS changes in the advertisement department. So it seems investors are a bit worried about that department. And that's why the stock price dropped about 3% in one day. Definitely it's super interesting, right? Because, I mean, Google, even though they do have their Google Clouds, they have other bets. Google advertisement is the biggest portion of their business. So this is something I'm very interested to see how, for example, how have YouTube ads been affected with things like supply chain constraints, with the overall change in the iOS ways to collect information. So I do want to see how things have impacted. Is it only a Snapchat thing, or is it something affecting numerous companies as well? Do you want 10 free stock picks right now? Well, if you do, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank the Motley for sponsoring this video. Motley is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with the Motley Fool to bring you 10 free stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beat the market by more than 4x. Go to fool.com/Jose to get your free 10 stock picks now. The second department that I'm super excited about Google is Google Cloud, right? This is one that has been growing at strong levels. Unfortunately, it's not a profitable business for Google, but still interesting to see how the enterprise world is moving along through these times. Next, the second company I am excited to take a quick look at is Microsoft, right? Microsoft right now, like I mentioned, is down barely from its all-time highs. It's down less than 0.5%. So Microsoft, this is a company that has 3 major departments, right? It has the clouding, super interesting about their clouding market. It has their personal computing. Here, I want to see how not only chip shortage, there are also shortage in other components outside of chip. For example, I've been seeing a lot of shortage in the network components, which has definitely been affecting some of the lower end tier models or PC components, and has OEMs really focused on the higher end tier with higher margins. So I want to see how that kind of supply constraints have been affecting Microsoft in their PC corporation, in their PC centric, right, market, the personal computing. And finally, I want to obviously see how the productivity market is growing, how that is growing over time, as we are still here in this kind of mid-work, hybrid working from home, some people working at the office. I want to see that growth over time. Obviously, we have things like the gaming department. How are games consoles gonna be super strong this upcoming holiday season? And also, to my take is how Windows 11 is gonna affect some form of way Microsoft's revenue. Next, the third company I'm super excited is AMD. This one is pretty much at its all-time highs. Super interesting about AMD because recently Intel just reported earnings. Intel kind of didn't see much strength in the PC market side. They did see a bit of year-over-year increase in the data center side. This is definitely what we want to see. If Intel saw year-over-year increase in data center, AMD should definitely get some kind of strong upbeat in their EPYC processors, which is their data centers. Another thing I'm super excited about AMD is their overall gaming consoles. Now with holiday seasons, it's pretty insane. It's almost been a year since some of these gaming consoles have been released, and they're still in such high demand. I wonder how that is affecting their overall embedded and semi-custom segment. Then if we take a quick look at their computing and graphics segment, Intel unfortunately saw a bit of a decrease in this segment due to supply chain constraints. So I'm interested to see how this is affecting AMD. Has it taken any hit on AMD, or are we going to see growth in their CPU market and their GPU market? So definitely pretty interesting. The final thing I'm super excited about AMD is their overall acquisition of Xilinx, whichever it is. But that's going to enter them into the programmable solution market. And I want to get a little bit more insight in that acquisition right now. The final company I am excited is Spotify. As you can see, all of these are hitting different markets, right? AMD is giving me a more insight on the semiconductor. Microsoft is giving me a bit more insight in the clouding market and in the overall consumer side of the computer. Then you have Google giving me insight in the overall advertisement market, and now we have Spotify giving me more information in the user market. So Spotify, right, one of the biggest things is their monthly active users. We want to see growth there now that people are returning back to work or this hybrid style. What kind of growth are we seeing in Spotify in forms of monthly active users? So that's going to be super important. The second thing is, in their last earnings, their CEO and overall management talked that, hey, the ad-supported business or revenue of Spotify was finally picking up, and it was making a nice portion of this company's total revenue. I wonder how things like iOS changes might have affected that, and if this is going to provide some form of bearish sentiment to the stocks in their ad-supported business in the way businesses are able to advertise on Spotify. So something to keep in mind of. So like I mentioned, Google, Microsoft, and AMD all report on Tuesday when the market closes. I believe. I don't know. I think they're all when the market closes. And Wednesday is Spotify. But we can see Thursday and Monday, we definitely have a lot of companies. I am definitely going to be doing videos on all of them. If this is your first time here, guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and take care, guys, and see you next time.